Hey writers, it's Corina Seligman, Wellness Coach, and today I'm going to do a little freestyle guided meditation. And I am very mindful of the fact that this month marks 1 year since we've been in quarantine from the coronavirus, and a lot can come up. I think that there's a lot of like, what the fuckness to it, and a lot of like, oh my God, this has been so hard, and a lot of fatigue, and just many other things. We are going through a collective trauma, and I want to be mindful of that. So I've created a couple guided meditations based on what we've all been through over this past year. And of course, it has been difficult to varying degrees for people depending on their circumstance. But sometimes I create guided meditations based on what I need and what's working for me. And something that I've kept in mind a lot lately is that this really is not going to last forever. And there are some things about it that are actually pretty great and pretty wonderful that I may miss when it's all over. So I just want to figure out a way for us all to sort of enjoy our last few, hopefully, months in quarantine before things get crazy again and back to normal, whatever that means. So, you know the deal. Just get into a comfortable upright seated position. Spine nice and straight. Opening up in your shoulders and your throat. Closing the eyes if that feels safe and comfortable to you. Making sure that you're grounded. Your feet on the floor, or your sits bones in the chair or the couch or the floor, wherever you're sitting. And just take some nice, deep, full breaths down into the lungs and into your soft belly, making sure to keep the jaw, neck, and shoulders relaxed the whole time. And when you've gotten into that still state, just take a few more deep breaths to let your body know that it's okay not to exert any stress or tension right now, and that you're just sitting and you're just being and you're just experiencing. And now I want you to imagine life without quarantine. How different it is. There's commuting, there's crowds, there's all the wonderful things that we all miss. And there's all the stressful things as well. There's the lack of time, there's the lack of personal space, there's the lack of time to sit and process things. Just taking a moment to imagine you're not in quarantine at all. And now in this future space, imagine yourself thinking back in the past about your quarantine life. So this is a little time travel we're doing. Your future self is thinking about your past self in quarantine. And now imagine that you're feeling a little nostalgic for quarantine as your future self. And now everyone's quarantine life has looked different, but it could be that you're missing all the alone time you had. Or you're missing all the time you had with your family. Or you're missing the extra sleep you got during quarantine. Or the extra time you had to watch Netflix. Maybe you've taken up a new hobby. Maybe you've really enjoyed gardening or baking, playing a new instrument, listening to a new podcast. All the changes that quarantine has brought into your life, I know it's been stressful and difficult, but for everyone, there has been at least one bright spot. What is your future self going to miss about quarantine? It could be as simple as not having to put on a bra every day, not having to drive every day. And now, time traveling back to the present moment where we are in quarantine still. Keeping in mind this is not going to last forever. When all is said and done, it's a very small part of our lives, a short period. What can we take advantage of for these final months in quarantine? What can we really savor? Long walks alone, more time to read, family dinners, alone time. Let's just take a few more deep breaths, sitting with that, thinking about what in our current quarantine life can we appreciate and treasure just a little bit more while we still have it. May your day feel a little bit more delicious. May every moment feel a little bit more special today. And eventually, I'll see you out there in the world. Thank you.